I have some very big breaking news, everyone. Once you've seen this video, please pass it around. Everybody needs to see this. It's very important. The Boston Marathon bombing suspect that's in the hospital, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, appears to be being framed with a Photoshop picture that has moved his arm, hand, and shoulder into a position to seemingly hide something. Here's the picture in question. I zoomed into the photo and I brightened up the dark area from his neck to his waist. And what I found was a picture that was pieced together to hide something on his back. This is a photo taken after the bomb went off. The first thing I noticed was that his hand and fingers were moved up from his waist. Then I spotted his arm was in the wrong place, and you can see it here. Then I noticed that the tone of the arm was off from the shoulder to the forearm. And I noticed that the arm was cut out and placed. Well, what ties this all together, to prove it was Photoshop, is the large patch on the back. Here's where his arm changed. It used to be in this position here. You can see the remnants of the fingers. There it is. They moved this piece of his arm up and pushed his arm out.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, G for T. Here we go. George Heminger channel. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. I don't know if anyone has this yet, but I have Glenn on the phone. He has a YouTube channel. I'm going to have him introduce himself. He's an expert photographer, and apparently he's discovered proof that the second Boston Marathon bombing suspect is being framed. They actually photoshopped his book bag out of a prominent picture. I'm going to go to the picture right now. You actually photoshopped this, and you were able to get negatives, and you're sending me those negatives right now, but we wanted to go live immediately with this news.
If you look and you zoom in about 500%, you will see an obvious white box. Basically, this is the corner of the backpack the kid was carrying. When the FBI released a video of the two suspects, the two brothers, the kid had the backpack on his right shoulder. And just like what I would do, I would switch off because your shoulder gets kind of tired. One thing to understand is whenever somebody is in an event or their life's threatened, that kind of thing, they always put things on their left shoulder. They always block a blow with the left hand. This is a very common thing. You can ask any police officer. It's considered common. So the likelihood of this kid having the backpack on his left side is probably pretty high. And one of the things I was concerned about when I looked at the photograph is the distance And when you do that, as you well know, if you have your backpack on one side of your body, it's going to flop back and forth. And that would explain why it's a few inches past where it should be. But if you look at the photograph, you'll see a white box. And that white box is not present in the photograph that is of Dr. Green, showing the exact same photograph that was transferred to his Apple tablet. And you can completely see in the photograph that was published by the FBI that there is no white box. I went ahead and zoomed in about 1,500%, and there is no damage. You can see the fingerprints on the cell phone where the doctor put his fingers and so forth, but there is no actual crack in the glass or anything like that. So this is the original photo on the guy's phone. It is not. You can't doctor. I don't think there's very many features on those phones. You can probably do contrast, brightness. You can do gamma. You can do tint and special effects. But to actually erase a box on there, I don't think you can actually do that on most phones. I've got a $359 Verizon phone. It's a smartphone, better than an iPhone, and I don't have those features. I highly doubt that this doctor knows how to do that or could do it. But what it shows is that there was a change in the photograph, 100%, from the phone to the tablet to the public. Second thing is, when you do a negative after image, that box right there, which is between the archway, and there's a gentleman who's bald, he's got like a tweed jacket on, you can see him in there, and he's got a little shade when you zoom in on the phone, on the tablet, on a published photo, you can see him quite easily. Anyway, there's no way somebody could have not erased that. I mean, it's erased. Either the kid had a backpack, okay, or he didn't. And judging by the photo, I'm saying he did have a backpack on. Now, I can't speak for his brother. His brother could have planted the bomb. I mean, his brother had gone to Chechnya last year. I don't know about that. There's not enough evidence yet. But this kid had a backpack. Whether or not it was the same backpack that he had when he was running in the corner near the ATM machine and the FBI released that video, I don't know. But I do know something's funny.
Who photoshopped the bag off of this kid, you think?
Well, it's not on the Apple tablet that the doctor's holding, and he basically, he has a bigger screen, it's about 5 times bigger, and he's holding it. You can zoom in and clearly see that white box is gone. Now, that means somebody edited the photo, between the cell phone, the original, and the tablet. And I would imagine that if a Boston Herald AP reporter was there, he either did it or that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, it's not possible to have what's called an artifact in a photograph off a cell phone without having other artifacts. And I distinctly looked through all the photos available and didn't see any artifacts. And what's interesting is that this photograph with the cell phone is actually quite good. As far as the framing, as far as the color balance and the brightness. So, with that in mind, being a light, cloudy day, and it's the only photograph the doctor took, I'm a little suspicious in that regard, too, which means that the original photo we're looking at is clearly off the phone. Whether or not the doctor took the photo, I don't know.
So what you're basically saying, there's
a difference, George. This information needs to be given to the attorneys because when you do a negative of the photograph, it reverses all the colors, and when you look at it, it's 100% clear to me that something was on this kid's back. It's not on the other photograph, therefore it has to be doctored. I have not looked for other doctored images concerning the Boston Marathon.
You know what? You can actually see part of the backpack peeking out of this rectangle that they tried to Photoshop. You can actually see a little black piece of the backpack sticking out of the bottom part of that triangle or rectangle.
Yeah, and it is very clear, and you can actually see the guy's hand. If you zoom in, I'm zoomed in quite a bit here. If you look at the corner, it would be where if somebody were carrying the backpack on their left shoulder, and the hand is basically parallel with that corner of the backpack. And that makes sense. When you take a backpack and you're walking and it's on your left hand side, you usually push it forward so it doesn't fall off your shoulder.
Yeah,
and that means it's basically going to be at that angle. There is distinctly something on a corner there. I mean, I cannot see how anybody missed this, but I'm the first person to talk about it. Nobody else has talked about it. I've been following this stuff. So that information needs to be, sent forward.